I'm making a third video this evening to follow up on the other two. It's important I just tell you a little bit about Merchant Taylors. Now, Merchant Taylors was a boarding school. The boarding school closed down 2 years after I began. After 12 months when I began, the Total Sugar Refinery closed down, and it was the largest industrial warehouse on earth, larger than any building in Brazil or London or anywhere. And I passed it on the train every day. Once I got off at Moorfields, I was told by a voice to get off at Moorfields, not Liverpool Central. And twice I went to Lime Street and caught the train from, and I once caught the train from Lime Street to near the library, near the Athens the Peace Horse Grounds, like in Hendon, here in London, where the Jehovah's Witnesses are, and the RAF, I think, museum or training academy. And I could have caught the train from there to school or through Lime Street. Or there was a bus from the top of Penny Lane. And there's lots of things that are very relevant. And Cherry Blair went to that school when I was there. And Ian Finley, that boy I went to France with, Paul Wyatt, the Irish boy from Bootle would have sat with her. Because she was from an Irish working class family from Bootle, her family. Her father was a little gangster. He was a big man, they called him. And, well, there's lots of things. Now, I won't talk about the people, but I'll talk about my achievements. I wrote good poetry, and that poem I wrote in the second form, The Dream of the Wounded Thane, and I wear this copper band, but it's not a Thane's band. It's to do with authority to rule, and let's see. They put that poem in a magazine called Imagine, and I took part in chess competitions, and I got a hard prize for public speaking. Remember, you were there with Emanuka, and I went to the school fairs, and I played rugby and athletics. I didn't play cricket, but for half a term in the beginning, I was in the second team and the first team and the second team, and athletics and the school records I set for triple jump. Those things aren't important. Things I studied are important, and I studied Latin and maths and physics and chemistry and biology and woodwork and things like PE and swimming and cross country and languages, French, German, history, literature, English language, and let me think. Those things, those sort of things, Latin and all the good things like that. And there was morning assembly, the Lord's Prayer, the school chapel, and Easter, and the priests, and all sorts of things like golf, and sailing, and rowing, and fell walking, and skiing, and all those things. We went to Chester, and went to a Roman thing where they dressed up in Roman armor. And I saw Elon Musk in that armor, and I was told the devil would wear that armor. And I saw a man in full Roman soldier armor when I think I was 13. And I was told then by a voice, the devil will be in that armor, remember. And I've seen a man in 2021 in that year dressed in that full armor in Los Angeles for some sort of bash. And he turned up and that people were in suits. And it was Elon Musk, remember. Now he's in Judges chapter 12, verse 11 and 12. The whole thing is on him. And another man, I think it's Donald Trump. And Elon Musk is the devil. And remember, he owns not telephone companies. You see, I work for Alcatel Submarine Networks, Nokia, and Nokia. And I work for a lot of very fancy companies. But those two companies, Alcatel Submarine Networks, Nokia, I work for two accounting companies on the stock exchange in America and Britain and worldwide, KPMG and Accenture, both accounting companies. And I've worked for electricity stock trading company, energy trading, technology in Fulham, and manpower in Manchester. I work for Yellow Pages in Liverpool. I work for Sterling Publications. I work for NatWest Insurance. I had a bank account with NatWest Corporate Bank. I had bank accounts with all the high street banks from Cheltenham, the post office, I've had an ISA, Lloyd's, Student Insurance. I've had insurance for this flat, Santander, Abbey National. And these things are very important. I can't tell you how important they are. Now, I work for Harrogate Council and the Department of Works in Beds. I've worked for them. And I work for the Africa Centre. I work for an international NGO, non-governmental organisation, umbrella organisation, like the United Nations, as a volunteer for 6 months. And I've worked for Community Service Volunteers, which is a charitable union for the whole country of Britain. And I've published with The Guardian. I met the head of The Guardian newspaper. That's a long time ago. And also Time Out, which is for sex and gays and everything. But I published with them. St. Mungo's, they're leading a homeless magazine. And it's all very important. It's very important. There's lots of websites and charities and universities, polytechnics, colleges, higher education colleges, schools, City and Guilds, travel. As where I've stayed, hostels, even I've slept on the streets, cities, the names of streets, the postcodes, the dates, the times. I'm talking to you quite seriously. At school, I was captain of athletics at the end, in the lower six, captain of Harrison's for 2 years, treasurer of the Debating Society for 2 years, the oldest debating society in the country. I'm a member of the senior library. I won my half colours for athletics twice, my full colours once. These things are important. It's to do with the occult. Now, I received a half scholarship for half my fees for the lower sixth and upper fifth, lower sixth and upper sixth, remember? And I received my examinations, 9 O levels, from the Northern Matriculation Examination Board, and I won 4 awards with the Merseyside Schools competition. I ran for Liverpool Schools and Sefton Schools, and I took part in the competition for the Northern Athletic Schools. I won all sorts of decathletes and athletic certificates, pentathlete, decathlete, and the high jump cup. I won all the silver cups, but they're all with a name and engraved. And remember, all of this means I was a monitor. That's very important. Now, it doesn't sound important, but people like John Hunter, I talk on the train with, Swallow the Priest, he will be maybe at Trinity College. I think most of those boys went to Oxford. But someone from that school might be at Trinity, I don't know who. But almost everybody, about 13 people went to Oxford that I was at school with for 7 years. Some people joined 3 years later, like at Eton. But some people were at school for 3 years, or 2 years, or 3 years, or 4 years in the prep school. When I was at Dovedale, they would have been at Merseyside Prep. But remember, Dovedale was a prep school for Bluecoats. Bluecoats sent their boarders to Dovedale before they began the 11. Remember? So I'm trying to tell you this is all the truth. John Lennon may have gone to Dovedale. I think he did. He lived in Wavertree. And Paul McCartney is still alive, and he's Satan, I think. Every white person will be Satan, and they're not matter how close to you they could be your child if they're white. Now, John Lennon went to Colomendy and Quarrybank. I went to Colomendy in Wales, very good